the world's perception of enabling parents and young people like myself. Before the weekend was over, he asked me to be part of his Ironman team. I immediately responded with, "What are you thinking? I just finished a race with these people, 4 athletes that were also visually impaired, and I said, I'm as old, if not older, than every single one of their parents, and I'm as old or older than 2 of their grandparents. And they are here, Lindsay and Aaron. Now, the only thing I can say to this young man, full of enthusiasm, and obviously with a purpose in mind and a mission, was I'll give you 1 year of my life. And what happened is 6 years later, and I'm still here. We immediately started to train for triathlons. That put Matt and I hours and hours on the road, running hours and hours on the bike. We stopped talking about everything. One day he says, I have someone special for you to meet. I just met her and I think she's going to be very special. Her name is Christin. He set up this evening, and obviously I can't see, so I go immediately by a voice. And I immediately say, roll. This is going to be tricky. Very polite, but kind of like, who are you and what are you? The evening went on and on and on. Wow, I do want to get you quiet. She's giving me this like, who are you? What are you? But she doesn't say it. Matt leaves to take a phone, and he politely excuses himself, and Christin slides over, and she takes my hand, and she said, I have to apologize, Charlie. I just met Matt, and a lot of people want to meet me and come up with lots of stories. He said he was training a blind guy to do a triathlon, and I didn't believe him. So, she says, but you are real. I said, yes, he wasn't lying. The only thing I can testify to is my blindness and him training me. Whatever else the man's been saying, I have no clue, and I'm not going to back him up. But the relationship kept going on and on. I really welcome this few moments because it gives me a chance to open up. My relationship with Matt established very, very quickly, and my relationship with Christin also established quickly. But then the whispering started. Now, both you kids are here. This is going to be beautiful. Can I get in between you? Then the whispering starts. The whispering starts. Matt whispers in this ear and he says, hey Charlie, you like triathlons? I like triathlons. Why don't you ask Christin if she wants to be a runner? Listen to me. Ask her if she wants to be a runner. Christin, would you like to be a runner? Yes. And,
how do you say that?
And a few months later, she guided me in her first half marathon in Sedona. And she was an half marathon lady.
I could walk for 2 weeks, but...
She did it. Now, she whispers in this ear, and she says, this is time for me to complain. She whispers in this ear and she says, Charlie, you like to go to church? I like to go to church. What do you think about that? We're running one of our training sessions, and I say, hey Matt, I think I hear church bells. He says, yeah. And I said, there's a church around here. Come on, I need to go to church. I'm a blind guy, he's got to take me. So he's got to So we went to church, and we spent some time in church. So it kept getting back and forth. Matt and myself and Aaron and Clayton were selected to spend time in Lausanne, Switzerland as part of the U.S. team representing the United States. And Aaron and I both came back with medals, and I was so proud to say that before Matt and I did our thing, we went to church. So it just kept getting better and better, the whisperings. And the most part, best part, last story, I promise. I went to Colorado, and I was questioning my leadership role, as a role model, and Marielle and Kristen, we kind of like cried a little bit together, and they assured me that if you want to go skiing, we're going to go skiing. So Matt had already taken off with the younger kids, and Kristen says, you want to go skiing, we're going to go skiing. She takes me up on the mountain, very, very carefully, cautiously, no falling. First a little slow, and then a better slow, very cautious. Very, very cautious. Then what happened? Then she says, should I tell Matt that you're here? And I said, I don't know, what are you doing? She tells Matt that I'm getting too slow. This guy wants us on the top of the mountain.
A black guy. Yes. Yes.
Top of the mountain, this man always says, I gotta go for it, I gotta go for it, I gotta go for it. And you start going down the slope, and Kristen says you're gonna fall. Maybe you're gonna fall back. Now obviously, usually, the older you get, the wiser you get. I'm the exception to the rule. I'm more than willing to follow this guy. Any place. We start going down, down in the snow. Kristen says, I told you you shouldn't do that. She leads me up, poof, I follow Matt. Oh, fall again. As Matt flies down and right off the course and kissed the tree, and he was like,
Yeah, he takes you through the trees.
Yes, yes.
Really scary. Matt says, oh my God, you're right. He peels my face off the tree. And I said, yeah, I'm all right. So as Kristen says, what are you doing? It's going to kill me. And then she says to me, what are you going to do now? Matt saying, come on. Kristen says, what are you going to do now? Haven't you had enough? And we yield to the light. Voice of reason.
Yeah.
Voice of reason. So the old man actually followed Kristen down the rest of the slope. Now, let's move ahead to today. Today we all watched these two Tennesseans join their lives. Now, I just want to say that both of them, we went out to dinner in January, and they invited me to be part of their wedding party. And I said pretty much the same thing to both of them that I said to Matt 6 years ago. Why would you want that? And they both said, because that's the way you want it. Gives me such a wonderful, wonderful feeling to be this age, 67, and still enjoying so much. These kids are beautiful and wonderful, and I have to selfishly say, I can't wait to share the rest of their lives. I can't wait to experience things with them. Thank you.